Welcome back to the studios of LEB TV, another Brennan Willard podcast. I'm Kevin Stubblefield. Today's show again brought to you by Larry's Lakeside Auto Repair at Osage Beach. Their phone number is 573-302-1810. Well, Brennan, what's been going on at the race shop?
A week off. Just didn't know what to do with ourselves. We're completely in rebuild mode. One of our cars had basically 20 nights on it, which is equivalent, it's full season. So we completely pulled the rear end. It is at Al Geier's shop as we speak, getting gone through. They can polish. Basically, they just take the rear end apart, check, make sure nothing's bent, tubes, all that, polish it, go through it all. Anything that needs to be replaced, rear ring, pinion, anything. They'll replace it and then get it back. Don Cloyd's got our transmission. He's going through it, servicing it, completely rebuilding it, so that thing will be fresh and ready to go. Our motor heads to Vic Hills tomorrow for a little checkup, and it'll get valve springs and just kind of it's not at the point of a rebuild, but it's right at it, or right at the halfway point of a refresh. So
car's undergoing a full autopsy, isn't it?
It is, and so that was the car that the black body, so it's getting changed to a white deck, white body, so both cars will match. So we are in full rebuild, so it looks like an off season, and literally that's what we are doing. We're taking 2.5 weeks here as an off season. So our our pit cart has got all of our tools, everything's in our pit cart that we would need at the race, at the racetrack and at the shop. But it's got completely everything taken out of the pit cart, cleaned really, really well. So we went through about 10 bottles of Windex and a bunch of slick mist, but we're cleaning everything up and then restocking everything, which takes we've spent a week of cleaning, both guys cleaning all week. So they got about 80 hours of cleaning in. And same thing with our trailer, going through, we inventoried all of our nuts, bolts, spare parts. We needed a couple spare parts. We're going to change, we'll change our upper and lower control arms, change all those parts out and put new on, and then take our old for spares because we had new ones for spares. Just because your ball joints, your heims, they got nights on them, so they're fine, but we just want to basically start when that car rolls out of the shop. It'll be brand new wrap, new everything. So a lot of work, whole lot of work, and trying to get everything ready for Springfield on June 24th for Summer Nationals there. We'll go test sometime the week before that somewhere, hopefully Springfield, and maybe hit Midway Up or somewhere like that too, and then just be ready to go back at it. Kind of a slow month of June, which was one of the reasons we chose the schedule. And Braden has his state baseball tournament this weekend, and I wanted to go to that. So that's going to be that's kind of the reason we're not, one of the reasons that Mars was appealing is that this weekend off. And so his last baseball tournament's there. We'll go check it out and get ready to go for the second half.
So is this schedule for 2025, is this going to be kind of par for the course in future years, or is just this kind of unique this year?
Yeah, Mars always takes off. So Mars takes off for Summer Nationals. So Summer National starts tonight. So we're recording this on a Tuesday I don't even know what day today is, but anyways, Summer National starts tonight, and it runs 31 races in 34 days or something like that. They have basically 1 day a week off the next 4 weeks. And so it's called the Hell Tour, and so the Mars series takes off because it's based out of Illinois, and that's where Summer Nationals home base is. So it is at Brownstown, Illinois tonight. I think Peoria, Illinois tomorrow. I think they go to Kankakee, then Tri-City and Grant City, Illinois Friday, Fairbury on Saturday, and then Sycamore on Sunday. So they go quite a bit of places, and then they come Springfield. They have Monday off before Springfield, and Springfield starts that entire week. So we're going to go to Springfield, obviously, for that. We may go to Benton, Missouri, down by Cape Girardeau for their Summer Nationals race. I think that's like July 1st or June 30th or something like that. Just if everything goes good at Springfield and we have time to go down there, we'll go. And then we will then go to the Diamond at Wheatland coming up in July. So in July, that's July 12th and 13th. And then we go the weekend after that. Mars kicks back off after Summer Nationals is over with a 3-day weekend at so we start off at Farmer City, then Peevely, then Quincy. So it's pretty hectic after that. So we get right back into the swing of things. And basically this time we're just rebuilding the car and trying to stay fresh.
Anything you found during the rebuild process that has kind of caught your eye, that things that might have needed attention that normally you might not have been able to pin in on?
Yeah, for sure. We found a lot of little bitty things. You know, you take the deck off the car, you can really see a lot. You know, our car is just a frame right now with a fire bottle and a seat and an interior in it, and that's about it. So when you take that off, you find little things. Our transmission had, you know, several nights on it, and it's needed, you know, just little things like the linkage wasn't right. So just when you put it in reverse, you had to hold it in. Just like little things that are just, you know, that need major replacing, but just get it fixed. And then take your motor and make sure the motor's okay. We'll get valve springs and spark plugs on it, and they'll scope it and make sure everything's fine, check it over, and hopefully send it back same day and put it back in, and it'll be ready for the next 10 races, and then we'll have another fresh one getting ready to go in after that.
Motor trouble has not been really a predominant issue for you this year, has it?
Knock on wood. The beginning of the year we had some issues, but we've, you know, early on we lost 2 motors, and we, knock on wood, haven't any issues since then. But you know, that is something you can have happen. Really, reliability of engine builders now, they've done a really good job of making their stuff reliable. You will see a bad run. Something will happen once in a while with a batch of parts. And it's just like, you know, everybody that watches NASCAR. If you watch NASCAR on Sundays, you don't see a lot of blown motors there either. It's just technology's really helped that. And thank God, because, you know, new motors, almost $60,000. So you don't want to lose something like that. You lose a $60,000 motor one night in and make you sick. So it costs a lot to keep your motors going. And you get 12 to 1,500 laps out of your motors before they need a freshen. And then you freshen them up, and they, you know, spend money there and send it back, and it's be fresh and ready to go.
Well, let's talk about some of the area activities. Of course, Mother Nature really interfered last weekend. Springfield even got rained out last Saturday.
It's bad when Springfield rains out.
Yeah,
it was good though. Like it was the Dream weekend. You know, at Eldora, a lot of people want to watch that on TV, and they had a lot of weather issues there too. But I think it was good that you hate to see racetracks get rained out, obviously, but it was good that a lot of racetracks got to have the night off, and people got to watch that show 4 nights in a row at Eldora. It was pretty fun to watch.
Yep. Jonathan Davenport ended up driving to victory lane on that one.
3 in a row, and same car, all 3 of them, and just they've got it. And if you watched, you know, other people looked really, really good early in the week, and JD just methodically picked his way through. And there's not a lot of 100-lap races anymore, and they're very rare. And it's a different. I've only ran 200-lappers, I think, and a couple 75-lappers, stuff like that. Long distance races are a lot different mindset, and your car's like the changes your car goes through in a long run like that is actually a lot. And it's somebody that's set up and ready for that. It's really hard to beat them, and they know. You know, you watch Dale McDowell, veteran like that, just great all week long. And the longer the races go, the further up those guys get. And Bobby Pierce has learned to maintain his stuff as well. And Bobby had a really good week. Just bad luck. I don't think anybody had anything for JD. Once the track kind of blackened and slicked off there Saturday night, and they started a little bit early to miss the weather. And when that happened, it just kind of sealed the deal for everybody else. I mean, he's very, very good at that place no matter what. And then you put him in on a racetrack that his car excels at, you're not going to beat him there. He's very tough.
Yep. Bobby Pierce, Nick Hoffman, the podium finish there, second and third. So quality drivers there for sure.
For sure. The thing with Davenport, that's his 11th win at Eldora, and Blomqvist has 12, and it done that in 30 years. Davenport's done 11 in like 12. So
domination.
Yeah, and like everybody has an era. You have an era. Your era was, probably Billy Moyer and Larry Phillips for sure. And I remember that era really well myself. And then you had Jeff Purvis, Larry Moore, guys like that. They were just very dominant, especially at Eldora. And then now it was like Blomqvist just dominated there for so long. And Moyer had his run as well. But like what Davenport's done in this day and age, in less years, is incredible. And they have one car, just goes to Eldora. That's what that car does. It's got to be a 2021 or 2022 Longhorn. Like, it's not a new car. And they won't even change the wrap. Like, that's when you got it going on. It's last year's wrap and body still. He didn't even change the wrap on it. So, they've got one car. They focus on that race car and do what they need to do. And I think there's a lot of, you take your car, and a lot of people don't realize this. We might have, national touring teams will have 5 to 6 race cars in their shop. A lot of times they'll only race one all year, the most. And then they'll pull the other car out here and there. But you get that one car, and once you figure which car that is out, you don't vary from that race car. And they were smart enough to take that one car that works at Eldora and put a cover on it and wait till they get back. So it's pretty good idea there.
Kind of like baseball. You got your game bat. You don't want it breaking.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So it's same exact deal there. And you get comfortable. You get in a groove with something. You don't change it for sure.
Tony Stewart, saw him trying to get the track ready at Eldora. And then next thing I look on X over the weekend, he's jumping into his top fuel car.
He has done an incredible job of, I think he timed his quick qualifier, I'm pretty sure, were they at Bristol maybe? But unbelievable. Like, goes and races on dirt, races on asphalt, owns a dirt track, goes and decides he's going to get into drag racing, I guess because his wife's doing it, so you do what your wife does. And, he may be better than her, so he's really good at it. And it's incredible what he's able to do. That there is a lot to that. And it's not like you're driving a car. A lot of people look at you're driving a car straight. Like, there is a lot going on there in a very quick amount of time. And what he's able to do there is pretty incredible.
Yep. Through the area, the Summer Thunder at Lake Lucas coming up this Friday and Saturday over at Wheatland, and then Circle Track Racing also on Saturday at Lucas Oil Speedway. The Father's Day special at Lake Ozark this Saturday night at 6:15, and certainly want to talk about the Steve Holt Memorial coming to I-44 Speedway on Saturday.
I wish we could have got something put together to race that. I love Steve. Like, he was, man, it was like, you had the one guy in the pits that you could always go for advice. When I was running the racetrack, Steve would be the calming voice. I never saw Steve really aggravated when he wasn't supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, Steve was just calm, cool, and collected. There is a YouTube video out there that is the funniest thing ever when him and Jimmy Van Zant had, you'll probably remember that, on the back straightaway. And the people in tier parking got it all on camera, and it went on YouTube and went viral before YouTube videos went viral. And I'll never forget the "Get him, Jimmy, get him" video. And the guy in tier parking yelling, "Get him, Jimmy, get him." But, and Steve wasn't even the instigator. Steve just chill. But Steve was just glad to be at the racetrack. Great innovator. He had a Dillon car. Like, nobody had a Dillon car, but Steve Holt did. And he kind of knew what to do to the front end of that race car, knew what he had worked for him for years. I remember when I-44 went dirt there in the early 2000s, I went to I-70 a couple times, and Steve was up there. Like, just seeing Steve brought back, he was the last. What sucks is he's like the last guy that raced in what I call the golden era of I-44. He raced with Larry every week. And so when you're racing with that guy, you knew you were racing with somebody that raced with Larry, raced with, Ricky Eisenhower, Paul Wallen, Archie Griffin, like those guys that you watched back then. And Steve would win, and it seemed like he'd always win one race a year, And he raced with Kenny Dickinson and raced with all those guys. And everybody loved and respected Steve. And just to lose him like that is just, you hate it and it sucks. And just seriously, it's taken, in my opinion, taken a little bit away from the racetrack this year, just because he was the old guard, and kind of just who you needed to race like. And so that race, them having that memorial this weekend is pretty cool. And if we're back in time from Braden's baseball games, we'll be in tier parking hanging out and watching it. But just awesome that Aaron and everybody's putting that together for Steve. But
no doubt.
You've got you've called a lot of races that Steve raced in for a lot of years too, a long time.
When the track reopened, I think 2010, he was there and just a consistent competitor all the way through.
He was, and he didn't do dumb stuff. Like, that was the thing about Steve. Like, he didn't tear his race car up. He had that race car. We talked about Davenport having this race car that he could make work, Steve didn't tear his crap up, and he didn't tear other people up either. And he was the old school racer that just got it. And he started racing at the fairgrounds, so you got to watch him there.
Yeah.
And so he's missed, and awesome that they're having that race.
Gates open at 4 at I-44 Speedway on Saturday. Racing starts at 6. And again, we mentioned on our last edition, got the Faster Pastor race also this Saturday night.
Roger Shear we're going to go figure out a way to get a Crown Vic down there this week, because I did tell Roger, he was the show last year, right? Like, he completely junked one, wrecked. There's all kinds of video of this. Swino's got some really good coverage of that wreck. So hopefully Roger can represent First Baptist Church well. And we told him, you got to make us look good this year. You can't be junking it and making us look bad. So it's redemption tour this year.
Gates will open at 3 o'clock at I-44 Speedway. Open at 4, actually, and then racing starts at 6. $12 for adults. Kids 10 and under, still free at I-44. Military ID, $10. And tier parking also is available for Saturday night. So hope to see a good crowd and a good field of cars at I-44 this Saturday.
Yeah, there'll be a couple open late model races coming up this weekend too around the area, so on the dirt side. But if you're around, go to I-44 Saturday night, support the Steve Holt Memorial. I think there's added money for the Crown Vics, and 20-some Crown Vics going around that place is really entertaining to watch. So it's worth price of admission just to go check out and watch the Crown Vics around there. But Dylan Bates and Jimmy Phone are 50-50 right now in this late model battle, and Dylan went to Montgomery, and Dylan's working on his race car the weekends he's not racing here, and Jimmy's been working too. So it's kind of a cool rivalry, and see how that's playing out. And so you don't really know who's going to win that. It's going to be fun to watch.
NASCAR from the Northland of Michigan down to Mexico City this weekend. Best NASCAR race of the year last Sunday, I think. Carson Hocevar, who won at I-44 a few years ago. Remember I don't know if you remember that, we had him on our show. You remember that? How little he was? Yeah.
And I think he was 14 maybe.
Still looks fairly youthful.
He is very young. Hard charger.
Yeah.
Wow. But had that race won and then had a flat there at the end. But really a good race. And this Mexico City deal's interesting. I've noticed, I saw a thing this morning, they covered all the alcohol brands and tobacco brands. You had to black them out so you don't have to, I don't understand this, but couldn't have it on the transporters. So I try to look at big picture of everything. Obviously, NASCAR's doing what they feel is best to grow the sport. I'm sure the TV partners like it. The way I understand, this crowd will be insane, the amount of people that will be at the races this weekend. I can't imagine the logistical nightmare for their teams. There was talk, and I don't know if you saw this on X. Did you see they were loading cars for Mexico City and haulers were leaving before?
Yep.
Like, that's insane. It's just, and they were saying if the rain delay happened, they were in trouble, major trouble to get everything across. So I saw some NASCAR tractor trailers headed down I-44 with all the cleaning vehicles and everything. Normally you see the Truck Series teams that are based in Ohio. They'll come through here, but I've seen some transporters going down I-44 this week, which is kind of cool to see. You don't see that very often. So NHRA teams you see, IndyCar you see, but not NASCAR. So big weekend for them, logistic nightmare. I can't imagine the logistics are doing of that, but that's why they get paid the big bucks.
One would think they would schedule Texas before Mexico City.
You would think. I mean, we're Michigan to Mexico City. Like, I bet the hauler drivers are just loving life right now, but they probably don't have, I'm assuming they don't care about your CDL in Mexico. You can just drive all you want. How far is it in Mexico? Like, where the heck is Mexico City? Is it way down in Mexico? I don't really know.
Haven't been there.
Me neither. So.
Been to Cozumel. That's about as close to Mexico City as I want to get.
Yep. Don't blame me there.
Good show. Thanks. And let's keep getting that car rebuilt and ready to go.
We'll be ready in a couple weeks.
Our show today brought to you by Larry's Lakeside Auto Repair at Osage Beach. Call 573-302-1810. Our show today with Brennan Willard from the studios of LEB TV. Thanks for joining us.